Hello everybody. Hi. This is my Develop Mediumship 2. I did 1 and we kind of talked about where do you begin. You begin with chakras and understanding how that brings an energy for you. And so once you've started working with your chakras and you've got familiar with your auric field and you're keeping your spiritual hygiene consistent in your life, then your frequency is going to raise, your senses are going to become more heightened, and you'll begin to experience different things in the physical body. Your dreams will shift, your views about others and how you see them. You begin to see beyond the eyes into the heart, into the soul, and a lot starts to shift in that place. And you begin to see, okay, am I hearing more right before I get up? Am I feeling a lot more when I'm around people? Or am I seeing more my dreams? Or do I get images that pop up that seem like it's my imagination? What exactly begins to come to the forefront? But behind all of that is your guides. And now that you've become familiar with energy and how it works and how you can take care of your frequency and vibration so that your spirit body and your physical body work together, now you begin to build a beautiful relationship with your guides. Because your guides, they help you to be able to bring you to the frequency that you need to be in for each sitter, meaning the person that you're reading. Because every frequency is different, just like every soul that's coming forward is in a different frequency. So your spirit guides, they help you with that. A lot of people get attached to the fact that it needs to be, you need to have a relationship with them. But in order to do that, you need to know who they are. You don't need to know how they look. You don't need to know their name. You definitely just simply need to know their purpose and why they're there. And how you do that is by meditating and calling on that particular guide. Now, I'm going to give you a couple of main guides that I work with, but there could be many. You guys can notice that your patterns are different from mine. Remember, honor what you feel. Have your own journey. This is my journey and this is what works for me. Maybe just me giving you the foundation, you'll be able to recognize things that are already happening. So basically, I use a messenger guide during my readings. And so how I got to know how they are present with me is by getting to know their calling card. And when I talk about a calling card, to me, that's how each guide's vibration feels in mine, how each soul's vibration feels in mine when they're coming forward, or when there's someone after I've opened up here for the sitter that's linked to me due to the sitter. So what I do and what I recommend you do from now is to sit in meditation and call on one guide per day. So you're going to call on your protector guide. Let's say the first day you're going to meditate and say, okay, protector guide, come forward. You're going to bring your attention to your body and what your body's feeling. So do you get the chills? Do you feel warm? Is there tingling on the top of your head? And you're going to do it all week. So as a matter of fact, you should work on one guide per week, because you want to make sure that the calling card is always the same. That energy is always going to be the same, coming to meld with your spirit body. So that calling card, or the feeling of the melding, which is your spirit body and the spirit body of your guide or a loved one on the other side for someone, is going to be the same. So you want to work with, let's say, your protector guide Monday through Friday, and sit there and meditate and ask them to come forward and bring your attention to your physical body and journal everything that you have noticed. Take mental notes so that when you come out of the meditation, you're able to write and take those notes and reference back to them. So your protector guide is there to dissipate energy that might be a little bit too much for you. Your physical body, if you're in the beginning, beginning to meld, your physical body will feel very intensely. And that's why melding and learning the calling cards is important, because then it also allows your physical body to get used to being in the higher frequency, so that you're not shifted to your conscious mind when it's happening when you're reading. Because every energy is different. It's in a different frequency, and some might be higher than others. But your physical body, if it hasn't encountered that high energy, it can be overwhelming in the beginning of your journey until your physical body gets used to it. So with doing this calling card exercise, you're also allowing your physical body to get used to being in that frequency, so it doesn't say, what's happening? What's going on? You know? So you would work on your protector guide. Your protector guide serves the purpose of dissipating energy, keeping you safe when you're interacting with other souls in the spirit world. So the protector guide for me is somebody that monitors the energy that's flowing to my spirit body, and how I'm receiving imprints in my physical body. So whenever you're feeling afraid or the energy is too much, call on your protector guide and they will be there. The next one is my messenger guide, and I love my messenger guide. So again, I recommend the second week or whatever week you want to start with each one, do it how you're drawn, is you ask your messenger guide to come forward and meld with you to see what it is that you feel and how you know when your messenger guide is there. So messenger guide for me, I use to help and assist the souls that are coming forward that maybe perhaps haven't been familiar with knowing how to give me information for the sitter. So maybe it's the first time that their loved one came to a medium, so they're not understanding how to communicate. So the messenger guy will say, hey, what are you trying to communicate? And then they'll let them know, and he'll say, okay, give it to her like this, because he knows my point of reference. He knows what I know, and he knows what I will recognize in the quickest, most fastest way for me to be able to deliver that to the sitter. Because again, it's all about the subconscious mind. I'm not in my conscious mind at all. So my messenger guide helps with that. My messenger guide knows me well. So by the messenger guide knowing me, he makes the souls coming forward familiar with me as well, so that I can receive information to deliver it to the sitter. Okay? Your joy guide. I love your joy guide. For me, I just want to laugh when I melt with my joy guide. She's very colorful. They're said to be between the ages of 6 and 15 or something, but again, it is what it is to you. It is what it is to you. They bring joy. They remind you to be happy and to live a little. As healers, we're in and out of people's energy constantly. We're hearing so many stories. You want to stay in your heart, and that's what your joy guide does for you. It keeps you in your heart, keeps you happy, and keeps you in that place of joy. Okay? So we have the protector guide, we have the messenger guide, we have our joy guide, and then there's our chemist. So some people call it the teacher guide, some people call it the chemist. It depends. Everybody has a different definition. For me, my chemist is my teacher, and I feel it helps me to understand my spirit body and how it works for me during a psychic reading or during a mediumship reading. What is the difference and in vibration, in frequency, and why? So that's what my chemist guide has given me. So again, I would say after you've gotten familiar with your chakras, with energy, with knowing how to balance it, and you feel that things start heightening your senses and your clairs, which is clear hearing, clear feeling, clear seeing, then begin to meld and call on your guides and have a journal just for your guides. And remember, guys, when you're doing this, protection and grounding is important. And a quick way to do anything, to ground and shield before you do anything spiritual, is simply visualize roots coming out of your feet into the earth, deep down into the earth, and earth energy coming up, past your ankles, past your knees, all the way up, out, and around you. Okay, so now you're anchored down, you're grounded, but then you want protection as well. So I visualize an egg because I use eggshell powder. I love it. It's very pure. The shamans used to use it a lot. And I put it in my shoes to stay grounded and protected and pure, especially when I'm doing readings. I'll put it in my solar plexus and my sacral. And so you can visualize yourself walking into an egg, and then the eggshell armoring that egg, and just staying pure in that white shell and staying in your own essence. So remember, you always should do that before you do anything, before you open up to meditate, before you're working with chakras. Remember to ground and shield, guys, okay? It's very important. You don't want to be drained You want to feel good about what you're doing. And if you're going into energies that you're not used to, your physical body is going to have to get used to that. So you don't want to stay wide open on top of that, okay? And when you're done, you could simply just visualize that earth energy coming back into you and down, down, down out your feet into the earth. White cleanse, okay? Do the white cleanse, white light, as above, so below, coming down, down, down out your feet, and so it is, okay? So I hope that you enjoy the melding and blending with your guides and learning their calling cards. I will be doing a series of these videos, and I'll keep going until Spirit tells me to stop. But if you haven't seen develop your mediumship abilities, one, see it, and that's where I was talking about the chakras and what you can do to meditate and help with that, okay? So many blessings. Lillian Suarez, thank you.